Hello and welcome to Real Life Matters with me, Sandra. On this channel, we talk about real life matters. If you've not yet subscribed, please press that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I upload videos, please, just press the notification bell. And if you have any comments that you want to share with me, put those in the comment section. Today we're going to be talking about values. What do we mean by values in terms of relationship and marriages? Value is something that we all hold very dearly, and it's our belief system that we have, and everybody has some sort of values, albeit it might be different to one another, but we all hold some values of our own because it's the standard by which we kind of measure our behavior against other people as well, and vice versa. So I'm going to be sharing some of the things that I feel are really important values, core values in any relationship or any marriage. And let me tell you this, there are lots and lots and lots of different types of values out there that you can also kind of bring to bear in all of this. But I'm just gonna, because of time, I can't share so many of them with you, but I will share the ones that I personally feel that are really important and have been important in my own marriage as well over the years. So for me, number one is, I remember when I was young and I was thinking about looking for a partner and all of that kind of thing, going out. I was thinking, what's the kind of person that I really want? I was thinking it has to be tall, it has to be slim, it has to be dark and handsome. And then I thought, hang on a minute, that's really vain. Those are really physical things, but nothing really about what their morals are, what their values are, what they hold important, and how they interact with people and all of that. So that got me thinking, and then I did some soul searching to kind of find out for myself, what kind of values am I looking for in this person, and what kind of values are important to me as well. So I'm going to share, as I said, I'm going to share some of those with you today. So for me, the first thing is openness. We all know how difficult it is to open up the first time round. I'm not suggesting that your first date you bare your heart out to the person that's sitting opposite you, but in a relationship, openness is very, very important. You need to share with your partner, those things that are really, really important for a marriage or even a relationship to grow. It might feel a bit uncomfortable, all of that, sharing it, but to be honest, there's no point holding secrets in relationships or in a marriage, because I tell you what, they will only come back and bite you or haunt you for a very long time. So be open with your partner about how you're feeling and all of that, and it helps to kind of build trust, and they know that you're not hiding anything from them. So my number two is around communication. Communication I see is a two-way conversation, really. People can have one-way conversation with themselves, but they wouldn't get really far, but it's about those values around communication. Someone that's, willing and happy and able to share things and talk about issues and topics and all of that. And sometimes, through those conversations, you can kind of sense the kind of person your partner is from, how they deal with small issues. And I'll give you an example of that. Say, for example, you decided to go out one evening with your partner, and you arranged and agreed to meet up at a train station at about 6 o'clock. And then they got there before you, and they were waiting for you. They rang you, they couldn't get hold of you, and then they left. You now got there at about 6:30. thinking that they'll be there waiting for you, and obviously feeling anxious that they hadn't heard from you. But rather than that, they had left, and you try to call them to find out what happened, and they wouldn't pick up your call for a couple of days. And when they did pick up your calls, they had a fight with you, a Barney, without actually listening to find out exactly why you hadn't turned up at the time you said you were going to turn up, or you'd agreed to turn up. For me, that's a small thing, small issue right there, and that for me is a warning sign, that this person genuinely doesn't actually think about me. He's not thinking about me and is ready to pick a fight out of something so small. What's going to happen when there is a big issue that we need to deal with? So their reaction to small issues actually tells you how they might react to big issues. So communication is one of the key values, a core value that I hold very dear. For me, again, number 3, it's loyalty and honesty. Those two things are really important in a relationship. And the reason why I say that is, you need to know that the person you're about to marry or fall in love with or live with for the rest of your life, you can actually trust and rely on them. They're reliable, they're honest. What comes out of their mouth is often the truth, and they're not going to turn around and lie about things to you for no reason at all. So you need to set some boundaries, both of you, really, such as, for example, if you're starting out in a relationship, for example, loyalty and honesty is around commitment, committing to each other as well. It's really important. And saying that we're going to be exclusive, that's the thing I hear now with young people saying we're going to be exclusive, i.e. we're only going to date each other and nobody else. So there is no third person in this relationship, and you trust that person that they would hold true and hold dear to what you've agreed. So that's really important. The fourth one, I must tell you, is sense of humor. Now, the reason why I picked this one as important is because I am one of those people that can be quite serious sometimes, and I think having someone who is equally serious, I think is just a recipe for disaster. So I need someone to kind of be light-hearted and funny, make me laugh, so that when those issues and challenges and problems and difficulties come, I'm not saying they should laugh through it, but at least be light-hearted to the point where I'm not stressed, or they're not stressed, or we have a very stressed relationship. So for me, good sense of humor is really good, and that's how you also become good friends, because it's really important in a marriage to be really good friends with your partner as well. So that to me is important. The fifth one for values, the essential core values for me, is respect. Now, I know Aretha Franklin sang about this, and a lot of you will probably know this and heard this so many times. That is really key for me, because respect is about understanding somebody, knowing them, letting them be who they are, and you being respectful of them, their authentic self, without actually putting up a front, for your sake, and then behind your back they are completely different. That is not respecting that person, because then you're making them feel that you don't value them, as it were. So having respect would help your partner to feel safe, and for you to also feel safe, and for you to build that trust. The sixth one, it's around accountability. If you know you've done something wrong, hold up and say, I've done something wrong, I'm really sorry about this, apologize that you have done something wrong. That value for me is incredible, because it could actually make or break sometimes a relationship if you're not truthful, if you're not accountable, that you've done something wrong and you're trying to blame somebody else. You're trying to blame either your partner or someone else outside of your relationship. relationship or your marriage for what had gone wrong, when really it's your fault. Be big enough to put your hand up and say, I am really sorry. For me, that in itself helps a great deal. And it's about learning those lessons. So why did I do wrong this time? What went wrong? What could I have done better? How can I improve? I know we're not perfect. I know people are probably saying, but we're not, there's no perfect human being. Quite right, there is no perfect human being, but at least we can try every day to be better at it. And that, to me, it's a show of, in a way, for me, it's a show of respect as well for our relationship, for our marriage, that my partner actually, own up when something had gone wrong, and it's to do with them as well. And then we can both learn from that to not blame each other. It's not a blame game here, but it's actually being real, being truthful, and be real to yourself. Finally, my number 7 value is those family values. Now, for me, we all have and we all bring all sorts of values into a relationship. The values that we grew up with, in our own families, we bring those to our relationship. And you've got to talk about those family values. You've got to demonstrate those family values, because those will be the bedrock of your own family when you start to have your own family. So you need to agree what those things are that are really important to you, and how you're going to bring up your own family. For example, the traditions, the morals, which is the right and wrong, the religion, the ethics, the societal norms and behaviors, and how you're going to handle disagreements and things like that. And I'm going to unpack some of those at my future episodes, because I think there's quite a lot in there that we could easily unpack, and I don't want to change the direction of this conversation. So I'm going to leave that there for now, but we will come back to it at future episodes. So if you're not thinking about these things, not thinking about values, or you've not thought about values before, and you're going into a relationship, and you have been in a relationship but just been kind of just going along with it swimmingly, and you haven't really given it a great thought, I would encourage you to do that, because that's really, really a great thing to do, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your relationship, for the sake of longevity as well in your relationship, to kind of anchor the things that you do on a daily basis. So, for example, how do you then test yourself in terms of the values that you hold and knowing them? It's, just checking, when were you at your happiest? What made you happy? Who made you happy? When did it happen? How did it happen? Think about those things, because within that example or those examples, you would find that there are things that actually you can hold true to the things that really shaped you to be who you are today. Once you're clear about those, then please start making those conversations happen and making it real for yourself and for your partner. If there's any topic that you would like me to cover, please drop those in the comment section, and I will try as much as possible to kind of bring those to the next future episodes that I have. If you've enjoyed what you've heard, please press the like button and subscribe as well. Please share this video with your friends and your family. I would love to hear from you. And for now, I would say have a fantastic time and see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.